Alright, I have some fun things to talk about with you today. I'll try to get it done as quickly as possible, but you all know I'm really slow with what I want to say. Alright, so, first thing, if you saw my last video, you'll see that, this is a long shot sized plunger tube. Came out of a dual strike. People say it's long shot sized. I don't actually know if it's long shot sized. This is one of my Sledgefire plunger tubes, and it easily fits right over it. That's how big that is. We have my Tagger, Whistler, and Sticky Dart shell. I think it's ready. The top might need to be bored out just a little bit. I still need to work on the triple one. The triple one, I ran into some issues when it ejected. Some parts would break off, so I gotta rectify that. It could have just been me just printing too fast, trying to get some prototypes out. It worked the first time, and then it broke. This is I have a cutter, a foam cutter, essentially, for the heads that come off of my darts. I have an ACC version 3 head on there and a worker dart head on there. They're just prototypes, just seeing if I could do it, what it would do, and if it's yeah. I did some more shells. This is 19.5 inches of brass for Boomco. Single Boomco. This is my old one, right here. This is 9 inches of 17/32 for elites. Oh, hold on. I didn't... Let's see if I can get this out. Yes. I forgot to take this one out of the blaster. This is 12 inches of 17/32 brass. For elites, I have... Don't fall. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Let's see if I can deprime this. Wow. Good enough. Sorry if I'm shaky. I'm trying to work this out. This is 11 inches. About 11 inches of 7/16 for my Boomco. You see these Boomco darts down here. These are the ones that I've weeded out from that pack to make modded darts. These all have inserts and glue over the heads. Boomtendo has been helping me get through that, walking me through it and everything. And all that's left is to wax the barrels, and I should be good for high-powered Boomco. This is 6 inches of triple Boomco. 4 inches of triple 17/32 elite. 4 inches of Boomco, triple Boomco, and then just a flush. These things are heavy. I'm telling you, those things are heavy. So, yeah, so I came up, I was thinking about how I was going to extend the draw and expand the plunger tube on my Sledgefire. This is already pretty big. It's about 28-ish millimeters ID. And, I came up with this idea. Let me see if I can show you. So you see this? This is, you see the metal arm right there? Well, it pushes on that bar back there. As it pushes, it comes up a little bit and just barely makes a clearance past an arm that I don't have in there right now because it kind of broke off. So you can't extend that, and you need to extend it so you can push the thing further back, because you can't do it any other way. There's no way. You can't do it. Well, I've been thinking about getting an extended arm for it. Because there's a lot of dead space in the front of this, and I wanted to get a custom plunger tube. Well, then I started thinking, oh, custom plunger tube. I can easily make that a millimeter or so wider, and actually, there's room to make it 3 millimeters wider. 41 millimeter ID. The draw right now is 2.5 inches, and there's 0.5 inches of dead space in the front of that plunger tube. So if I get the full draw, so I worked out that I could put like an indent in the arm to make clearance. And if I do that, then I can get 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of clearance and push it even further back. Now that will reduce the amount of solid space I have for a spring. But I've been talking to Evan from Foam Freaks. Well, I've been trying to. It's probably my fault. I don't really email that much, so that could have been my bad. I haven't heard from him in a week after I gave him the dimensions that I needed. So yeah, it would have to go down to 1 inch or less instead of being 1.5 inches of solid space. It's a little bit more than 1.5 inches. I give it a little bit of extra because it has to come back a little bit further to eject the shell. Oh, what else? So if I extend it all the way to 3 inches, like I'm hoping I can, and expand it to 40 millimeters ID on the plunger, I get 96 cc's of air volume in that plunger. No dead space. There will be no dead space. The seal is really good right now. And if I can keep that with an aluminum plunger tube, that I hope... I keep saying I hope. I just got to get somebody that with a lathe or with metalworking skills that's not expensive to get one made for me. If the structural integrity of the plunger tube is not an issue, then I can go as far as 41 millimeters. Because if I go to 41 millimeter ID, then the walls, if I don't want to clear out like a ton of shell and just do all this crazy stuff that I really don't want to do. I just want to do this easily. If I do it that way, then there's less than 1 millimeter of wall, and I don't know if that would be structurally sound or not. I just have to. It should be. It's metal. That would give me 41. I might be able to go bigger, like 41.1. Hey, that's a big difference over 3 inches. If I do the 41 millimeters, 3 inches of draw, I just break 100 cc's. Now, to give you some perspective, Chris Cartea's long shot, Big Blue. Well, it's actually an Exus too. Or it's an Exus. I don't know. He has it right now with a DIY. I say DIY. It's just a brass tube that he's used to expand the plunger tube to. I think somebody said 36, but then they also said 37, so I'm not exactly sure about that. It expands it to 91 cc's. And he said 10 of that is lost in the pusher, and this will have no dead space because it's a breech. You just pop it in, and you shoot it. So I think I did the calculations on it, and that's like 18.75 inches of 17/32 brass, and 27 something inches of 7/16 for Boomco. I was talking to Boomtendo about that, and he said, "Oh yeah, that should be enough to get 400 FPS or more with that Boomco." So, 400. Am I looking at making it a 400 FPS spring-powered Sledgefire? Honestly, I hope so. That would be badass. ask me some questions. I'm always around to answer questions about your own mods or about my mods, so you can see my thought processes behind this. I'm not exactly the best at expressing myself on video and getting my thoughts out there. So, here's something to look at. You see that? Somebody in the crew auxiliary. I always say that to mess with them. The crew auxiliary's Discord was he dented this piece of, I know it's not that thick, but again, it was like this soft rubber-headed ACC dart. Not exactly that one. Shit. Not exactly that one. But yeah, it embedded itself in there. I have some cardboard. I'm rambling. Okay, that's it. Have a good day. Ask questions, comment, do whatever. Do your thing.